So here we are, home stretch. Is everyone having a good time? Excellent. I have a confession to make. I am a wizard. No, really. Wherever I look, I see fantastical creatures. Harry Potter calls them muggles. I call them my family. But I also call them my friends and my colleagues. And here's the thing. We are all wizards. We've just forgotten. When we were kids, it was implicit, wasn't it? We understood that anything was possible, and it never occurred to us that we couldn't be anything that we imagined. About 20 years ago, I was talking with a good friend of mine, Sally, who's a fine artist. And she was telling me how complicated her life was. She was trying to balance work with being a full-time student and being a wife and mother. And while we're talking, her daughter, Abby, who was about 7? No, she was about 4 at the time. She was scribbling with her crayons at our feet. Finally, Sally said to her daughter, "Honey, it's time for Mommy to go to school now." "But why?" And I could see the tears starting to well up, not good. "Now, sweetie, remember, we talked about this. Mommy goes to school on Tuesday nights. I have to go to a drawing class." Abby just looked at her. You mean you've forgotten how?" It happens to all of us. Sooner or later, we forget our magical selves. But it doesn't have to be that way. We can reclaim that power anytime we want, and we can find our wizard nature by using the power of our imagination. Let's do it right now, shall we? I'm going to need your help with this. What do you see? A circle. Very nice. What do you see? Circle is already taken. What else would you see? A hole, a porthole. Very nice. How about over here? What do you see? A colorless orange. I like this guy already. Very nice. Well, when I draw, I think dimensionally. I don't like that. I'm going to do another one. Yeah, I'll work on my spelling a little bit. Let's try another one. There we go. That's what I see. Actually, to be honest, you can tell I'm from Cleveland. But here's the fabulous thing. We all are looking at the same thing, a drawing, a circle, but we all imagine something different, a different possibility. That's the beauty of imagination. And if you can imagine it, you can make it real. Did you see this worried gentleman in the first row? I think we're just going to let that roll. That'll keep everybody really occupied. So, any questions at this point? No. How did I do what? That was the power of the imagination. But thank you. I'm a wizard. He's explaining it to the group. Appreciate that. But it's not always easy to hold on to our wizard nature, is it? Think about this. Our government, our school system, even the people that we love and trust the most, they've convinced us that there is no place for magic in the adult world. I disagree. Think about the amazing talks that we've heard today from our incredible TEDx speakers. Let's give them another hand, shall we? And there's an issue here because There are so many major problems, right? From hippos to children in the inner city. These are major, major problems that we face. I would argue that we need magical thinking now more than ever before. One of my favorite poets, W.B. Yeats, said it this way: "The world is full of magical things, patiently waiting for our senses to sharpen." So how do we get there? Simple. Open your mind. Now notice I said simple, not easy. Because to open your mind means to let go of misconceptions and preconceptions and ego, and maybe even admitting that we don't have all the answers. But if we can, and realize that there are new combinations of resources and ways of collaborating that we can't even imagine yet, we'll get there. We'll experience that magic of problem solving. And I experienced the magic not so long ago, and I saw it in someone's eyes. Just a few weeks ago, I was at Pandemonium. Some of you may know it. It's a local fundraiser for Cleveland Public Theater. And I was performing. And I was trying to explain to a rather stern-looking gentleman in a business suit that my ring is enchanted. Yeah, I got the same reaction from him. And I said, it's a good thing, too, because I don't know about you, but I have a bad habit of misplacing things. Fortunately, though, my ring being enchanted always knows where to find me. Thanks. The gentleman did not applaud. He said, "Hey, do that again." I said, "Oh, you mean take my finger and magically put it back on the ring?" He said, "Yeah, that was pretty good, but you know what? I want to see real magic. I want you to take that ring off, throw it back on your finger while I'm watching." And he was this far away. I said, "Well, I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid I'm really not that good." Fortunately, though, my ring is. Now, he looked a little wobbly when I did that, but then he smiled and then he laughed, one of those big belly laughs, and he said one of the most amazing things to me. He said, "Hey, that tickled my brain." I never knew that magic could feel so real. Isn't that wonderful? And in that moment, I saw the light in his eyes, and for that split second, he believed that anything was possible. And here's my secret. Here's what I'd like to share with you, if nothing else, and it's this. We can have that magical moment, that belief that anything is possible anytime that we want. Because to be creative, to look at a problem and instead see something better with possibilities, that's to live in the world of magic. And that's something that Graham Wallace discovered back in 1926 when he created the 4 stages of creativity. And we've seen those 4 stages acted out on this stage today with our TEDx speakers, haven't we? In case you've forgotten them, though, let's do a quick recap. First, we have preparation, right? So you collect data, you filter it through, and you develop the parameters of the problem. Next, you have incubation, actually sitting with the problem and letting your mind work through all the different permutations. Next, we have illumination. That one's one of my favorites. That's the aha moments of clarity and insight. And of course, we have verification. That's equally important because now we're taking that information and we are running it through, right? We're actually taking action with it and we're testing it against hard data. And probably the most important one, beyond verification, is the belief in the power of your dreams. And you have a right to dream. So as we finish our time together today, I have one wish for you, a simple wish. that you'll take the lessons from today, the insights and all of those incredible stories, and use it as fuel to develop your own dream. And as you do, and as you meet your challenges, may you experience the grace, the joy, and the power of the wizard that you truly are. Thank you.